The reason I wanted to share with you folks meditations as part of not only what I do, but something that you may want to consider if you're not doing it yet, is that it's so powerful in its ability to really help us to get things and ideas into our subconscious mind. Welcome back to the channel, fam. I am excited to share with you folks a few ideas on meditation. Let's jump in. Meditation is something that I've always wanted to do. I've seen the gurus, I've seen people that I admire always talk about the power of doing it. I really did try to do meditation. But I will say, if you're a mama, or I don't know if it's just a women, I don't know. It's not women, because I see a lot of women do it. I think it could be a mom thing, a working mom thing, where it was tough. It was just, not only was it hard, I didn't enjoy it. I'm like, why are people talking so much about doing this thing that really doesn't fucking work for me, right? That was my attitude on meditation. And a few years back, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years back, Oprah, she came out with a guided meditation. She did a free 21-day meditation series that she coupled with Deepak Chopra. They did a partnership together. And they would do a 21-day meditation on weight loss or on breaking through your traumas. They had like all these different ones, and they would do them for free. And then if you wanted them long-term to continue to use them, then you could buy them. And it was like one of the most expensive apps I bought, which I think was like $342. It was kind of crazy. But I've gone through every single one of those 21-day meditations, and they are awesome. You know, they're totally awesome. And you don't have to buy the big stack like that, but I just liked having the different subject matters that it was working on. And it was in those guided meditations where I really learned how to do it. And it started with doing it right when I was going to sleep, because I would try and do it when I'm waking up, right? I'm like, oh, fresh, first thing in the morning, I'm going to gather all the goods, right? Draw in all the good energy. I'm going to do it. Like, I had all these spaces that I would do it. And then like the morning would start, and boom, you know, like, I need to do this. I have my coffee, I use the bathroom, I get ready, and already emails are coming into my head, and all these different things would stop me from doing it. So the first thing that I did was I found a good time to do it, and it would be my sleep. Like right before I go to sleep, I would turn it on and I would listen to it as I was going to sleep. What I felt bad about was I felt like I would fall asleep to it, right? So I'm like, damn, I'm not getting the whole thing. And sometimes I'd wake up in the morning and I'd see my phone, you know, that the whole meditation had played. I'm like, shucks, I never caught the end. It's been like 10 days already in, and I still haven't gotten to the end of one of these because I fall asleep. It was years later when I had heard Emily Fletcher, who's the founder of Ziva, which is an app that helps with meditation. I heard her speaking about meditation and how even in our sleep, that's a meditation, right? And that's really all these things that we're hearing, even though we're in like a sleep mode, it's actually accessing our subconscious. And when I noticed that I was doing that more, I really stopped resisting. You know, I'm not doing it right. And that's kind of just a Shan problem that I was having, where if I'm not doing it right, I don't want to be doing it at all. Yeah, that's not kind of an attitude that you need to bring into meditation. That doesn't belong in this room, right? You need to drop that kind of attitude. And I really started peeling away at myself and realizing the things that weren't working, the things that were making this hard, right, that were making it hard for me, were actually me insisting that things needed to be done in a certain way. And so now I was actually taken away from the experience that it could have happened. And the more I learned about it, I'm like, oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. And that's why it was so hard. And the more I understood it, the more I got better at it, the longer I could do it. It got to the point where I was like at 20 minutes, I would set a timer for 20 minutes of just quiet, you know, listening to my breath and doing the meditation. And my alarm would go off that the 20 minutes is over. I'm like, oh, I want more, right? That's crazy. Whereas before, getting through 2 minutes was just like impossible. The reason I wanted to share with you folks meditations as part of not only what I do, but something that you may want to consider if you're not doing it yet, is that it's so powerful in its ability to really help us to get things and ideas into our subconscious mind. So meditating really frees our mind and helps us to kind of, you know, ease the distraction and relieve our stress, and really gives our mind some mental relief. And what it does is it really gives our conscious mind, our mind that's up here, time to rest. That really allows us to evaluate how we feel about things, particularly our thoughts, right? To really be able to go through them and see what the different perspectives are on these certain thoughts that were happening. And of course, it helps you to get into that subconscious. And I'll tell you, if you haven't heard this before, if you didn't watch my videos on growth and fixed mindset and all that stuff, all this stuff is in there. If you can get something into your subconscious mind, it's basically consider it done. right? But it's not easy to get in there. Your subconscious mind is the one that makes your heart beat, and you don't have to think about it. Imagine you have to be like, okay, heart, take a beat, like, and that's all we could do. If we actually had to consciously think to make our heart beat, that's all we'd have time to do, and breathe. We couldn't do anything else with our life. But our beautiful subconscious takes care of that, because it is the powerhouse of our body and our minds and our abilities to have a reality that might seem impossible. That's why you want to get these good ideas in there. So meditation was a huge thing for me to do for that. And another thing that became very, very helpful in the growth that I've had and a lot of successes I've had in different ways were positive affirmations. I mean, my parents weren't bad parents, but they would say like, good job and stuff like that. But there wasn't this constant, like, you're so good, you're so smart, you are enough. You know, like, oh, I love that line from The Help. What is it? You is kind, you is smart, you is important. Like, that wasn't told to me, right? But imagine as a young child, someone telling you that, like, it becomes a belief, right? It's as simple as that. That's what positive affirmations are. And one of the hardest ones, scientifically proven, I just found the article the other day. The one that they found the hardest for people in general to do is to say the positive affirmation, I am enough. 3 words. I am enough. That is the hardest one for people to do. Like, they actually have to force themselves to do that. But that is the number one, that if you can get that into the depths of your soul and your subconscious, it becomes who you are, right? And it's funny because I used to look at Shan, how I am now. I used to look at people who kind of embody the attitude that I have and the way I live my life. I used to look at them and be like, oh my God, they're so fake. Like, what are they trying, right? Until I started really working on myself and getting these positive affirmations into my subconscious. Because what I realized was back then, it was my conscious mind being judgmental and having all these ideas about what people are doing when they were just authentically being themselves. Until I got here and was able to authentically be myself, did I start realizing, oh, so they were there already. They were already themselves. They weren't just acting, they were actually there. And I could respect it more, which is now why I encourage so many women, mamas, to try and get there themselves. And meditation, especially positive affirmations, are a great way to do that. I'm actually going to drop in the descriptions a little freebie for you folks. It's a set of affirmations. It's actually part of the course that I give to my Academy students in week 9 of their 12-week series. You'll see it in the description below, but it's just 10 simple affirmations with 21-day boxes for you to check off. Try it for yourself, right? I even have a way to do it where you just have to repeat it to yourself 3 times. Like when they're in the academy, I do a guided one that I record for them, that I send to them. That's wonderful. But for this one, this is just a great way for you to either have on your bathroom mirror or put it someplace where you're going to see it every day and start telling yourself these things. I will tell you, when I first started doing this, it felt hokey as fuck. I was like, oh my God, these are those people, those crazy hippie people that and what it was I just didn't understand them. I didn't understand the importance of working on yourself. Now that I do, like, I hold hippies or all these people who are into what people call the woo-woo stuff, that I hold them up to a high level of respect, because I realize how difficult it is to do work on oneself and to truly be in that authentic place. And it's why it's one of the last things I wanted to share with you folks on this wonderful month of February, where I'm just dropping all these little snippets on you folks on Shan's life experiences, my take on different things. And I really hope that you can take some of these things and implement them into your life so that you can also level up in the way that you want to in life. So I appreciate you folks coming back today. Join me tomorrow for our very last video of February. I'm still going to continue on every Sunday, but our very last video of our video every day for February, where I'm just going to wrap up with one question that I want you folks to be on the constant asking yourself. It's a simple question, but it's a powerful question that can really help you to reframe a lot of things in your mind. So I will see you folks tomorrow so I can share that with you. And until I see you on the other side, you folks keep evolving. See ya. Bye.